Dear students, today we are discussing about the kingdom fungi. Fungi is one of the most important kingdom which belongs to the five kingdom classification which was proposed by Whitaker in 1969. So this kingdom is one of the kingdom proposed by Whitaker. The first kingdom of five kingdom classification is Monera. Second one is Protista, and this is the third kingdom, that is the kingdom Fungi. Fourth one is the kingdom Plantae, and fifth one is the kingdom Animalia. So this kingdom, that is fungi, belongs to the five kingdom of Whitaker. Now, what type of organisms have been placed in this kingdom? There are two types of organisms. One is unicellular organism and the second one is multicellular organism. Fungi contain unicellular as well as multicellular organisms. But all organisms, either multicellular or unicellular, are heterotrophs. So, fungi are eukaryotic unicellular or multicellular filamentous heterotrophic organisms. Now, what is the differences between unicellular eukaryotic protists? Because protista is also one of the kingdom of five kingdom classification which was proposed by Whitaker. So what are the differences between unicellular fungi and multicellular unicellular fungi and unicellular eukaryotic protists? There are certain level of differences. One difference can be described here, that is the difference in the cell wall composition of fungus and the cell wall composition of unicellular eukaryotic protist. Here in the case of fungal cell wall is composed of chitin, and there is no chitin in protist. So there are some other differences which will be addressed time to time in our next coming lecture. But here there are certain differences on the basis of which unicellular fungi are placed here in this kingdom. Now, what is fungi? Fungi are eukaryotic unicellular or multicellular filamentous and heterotrophs. Now, what is heterotrophs? As we know from our previous knowledge, there are two types of mode of nutrition. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition and second one is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And on the basis of the mode of nutrition, there are two types of living organisms. one is autotroph and second one is heterotroph. Autotrophs are those type of organism which are capable to manufacture their own food. They do not dependent on other organisms for their food and nutrition. But here in the case of heterotrophs, these organisms depend on other organism for obtaining their food and nutrition. As we are also heterotrophic organism, human are heterotroph because human depend on plants and animals and other things for their food and nutrition. So fungi are also heterotrophs. We are also heterotroph. Fungi do not manufacture their own food. That's why fungi are heterotrophs. So what is fungi? Fungi are eukaryotic, unicellular or multicellular filamentous and heterotrophic organisms. Now, clear up to here at the level of definition. Now, one thing more. What is eukaryotes? Eukaryotes are those organisms which are composed of eukaryotic cell. There are two types of cells as we have discussed in our previous lecture. You can visit in this in my visit to my YouTube channel where a clear concept of eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cells is available. You can visit and watch that video. But here I am again clearing the basic concept about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell are those type of cell which cannot contain intracellular organelle system, meaning thereby prokaryotic cell is equal to cell without intracellular compartment, cell without mitochondria, cell without nucleus, cell without Golgi body. No any intracellular organelle is present in the case of prokaryotic cell, but in the case of eukaryotic cell, in all all membrane bounded organelles are present. It means eukaryotic cell is equal to cell with intracellular organelle system. Prokaryotic cell is equal to cell without intracellular compartment. So, what is fungi? Fungi are eukaryotic organisms, maybe unicellular or multicellular. Multicellular or fungi are composed of filamentous and tubular structure, and these all unicellular or multicellular fungi are heterotrophs. Now, what is the residential places of fungi? What are the residential places of fungi? Resident habitats means residential places where an organism reside. So fungi are cosmopolitan. Now what is the meaning of cosmopolitan? Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan organisms are those type of organisms which are present around the world. These fungi are found everywhere in the world, so this is cosmopolitan in their habitat. So fungi show a great diversity in their habitats. They can be found in air, they can be found in water, they are found in soil, and they are found also in animals and plants by establishing symbiotic or parasitic relationship. So, fungi may be symbiotic, may be parasitic, and may be saprophytic. Now, some example of unicellular fungi are yeast, Saccharomyces boulardii, and Candida. As we know from our previous discussion, yeast one of the most important unicellular fungi which are used in bakery industry, which are also used in the industry of wine production. So, this unicellular fungi, that is yeast, its botanical name is, that is the scientific name is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, is of economical importance, and Saccharomyces boulardii is of therapeutic importance because this organism, that is unicellular fungi Saccharomyces boulardii, is used as a therapeutic as well as a prophylactic agent. This is used as probiotic. Now, what is probiotic? Probiotic are those type of organism, those type of microorganism which can be used as a therapeutic agent or prophylactic agent for management of certain type of elements, certain types of disease. So, Saccharomyces boulardii is of therapeutic importance. Now come on the Candida. What is Candida? Candida is also one of the unicellular fungi, but it is a parasite. Parasite means organisms which can produce disease. These are pathogenic. Pathogenic means disease producing organism or agent. So, Candida is harmful for us. Now, multicellular fungi. Multicellular fungi include Penicillium, Rhizopus, and Agaricus. Beside these multicellular organisms, there are large number of multicellular fungi which has been identified and characterized. Penicillium is one of the most important filamentous fungi from which the penicillin, that is antibiotic, was discovered by Alexander Fleming. So penicillin is of therapeutic importance because penicillin is a medicinal fungi, because this is the organism from which penicillin antibiotic was discovered. Now, Agaricus and Rhizopus, some fungi are of nutritional importance. We consume them as vegetable. Agaricus is one of them. Agaricus is one of the filamentous fungi which are edible fungi, and we consume these agaricus as vegetable. Now, what is the body structure of a multicellular filamentous fungi? The filament or main body of a multicellular fungi is made up of hyphae. What is hyphae? Hyphae is a tubular and filamentous structure. What is hyphae? The filamentous or tubular structure of a multicellular fungi is known as what? Hyphae. Once again, what is hyphae? Hyphae is equal to filamentous or tubular structure of multicellular fungi. If this hyphae is branched, if there is a branched hyphae or there is a network of hyphae, then this branched and networking of hyphae is known as mycelium. What is mycelium? Mycelium is equal to branched hyphae or a network of hyphae. There are branching from the main hyphae body occur. So this branched hyphae is known as mycelium. Once again, what is mycelium? Mycelium is equal to branched hyphae. If hyphae produce branching, if hyphae contain several branches, one or more than one branches, then that hyphae is known as what? Mycelium. And this mycelium or hyphae may be septate. Septate means there is a compartment formed along the hyphae. What is septate? Septate means a septum or septa produced or occur along the hyphae body, the body of hyphae that produce a compartment like different cell containing at least one nucleus. As you can see in this mycelium, one is septate and second one is sinusoidal or aseptate. If there is a septum in in hyphae, then this type of hyphae is known as septate. And if there is lack or absence of septa, then the mycelium or hyphae is known as aseptate or sinusoidal. It means there are two types of mycelium. One is septate and other is aseptate. So these are the structure of mycelium, a structure of hyphae, that is the structure of the body of a multicellular filamentous fungi. Now, the cell of fungi is of eukaryotic types. So, you can observe intracellular compartment that will be discussed in cytology part. But here, cell wall composition. Fungal cell wall is composed of chitin, and chitin is nitrogen containing polysaccharide. chitin cell wall of fungi, fungal cell wall is composed of chitin and polysaccharide. Now come on this. Fungi may be saprophytic, may be parasitic or symbiotic. Saprophytic fungi are those type of fungi which can grow on decaying matter, on the dead substances or dead organic matter, that is the decaying matter, dead decaying matter, or decaying organic matter means anything that may be plants or animals or fruits that are decaying, that are damaging. They, they are dead substances. On these decaying matter, saprophytic fungi grow. Saprophytic fungi grow on decaying matter, and this saprophyte show extracellular digestion. That is the external digestion. External digestion occur in saprophytes. Saprophytes produce a certain enzyme and release on the decaying matter where these saprophytes are growing. They release certain type of enzyme which digest the decaying substances, and after solubilization, the solubilized decaying substance get absorbed by saprophytic organism, that is saprophytes, and this type of digestion is known as external digestion or extracellular digestion. So saprophytic fungi, as for example mucor, yeast and penicillium, show external digestion, and these are saprophytes. Now parasitic fungi. Parasite means disease causing agent. There are so many types of fungi which can produce several type of disease like candidiasis, ringworm, pneumocystis, pneumonia, aspergillosis and histoplasmosis. So these are the diseases which can be produced by parasitic fungi, which will be discussed in more detail in next classes, that is in 12 classes in the part of disease. Now symbiotic fungi are those type of fungi which can establish mutual beneficial relationship with other organisms, as for example lichens and mycorrhiza. What is lichens? Lichens are the symbiotic association between fungi and algae. The symbiotic association or beneficial association with algae of fungi is known as lichens. Recall the definition of symbiotic relationship. What is symbiotic relationship? Symbiotic relationship is such a type of relationship in which both relatives get benefited from each other. If there is a relationship between two organisms, if there is association between two organisms, one may be fungi or bacteria or algae and other is host. So if fungi is residing in algae with algae, then there will be a friendship, a association, an association between them. So these beneficial, mutual beneficial association between fungi and algae is known as lichen. And this is the symbiotic association, symbiotic relationship, and symbiotic relationship are such a type of relationship in which both relative get benefited from each other. Now, what is lichen? Lichens are fungal association, that is symbiotic association of fungi with algae, meaning thereby fungi lichens is equal to fungi plus algae. What is lichens? Lichens is equal to, you can write in your notebook, lichens is equal to what? Fungi plus algae. These are associated with each other in a beneficial manner. They are mutually benefited from each other because these are the symbiotic relationship. Now, second one is mycorrhiza. Same thing you can write in your notebook. Mycorrhiza is also symbiotic relationship between fungi and higher plants. So you can write mycorrhiza is equal to fungi plus higher plants or fungi plus plant. There is association or there is friendship or there is the relationship between fungi and plants which are beneficial, that are mutually beneficial relationship, that is the symbiotic relationship of fungi with plant is known as mycorrhiza. So lichens is equal to fungi plus algae and mycorrhiza is equal to what? Fungi plus higher plants. Now some example of fungi. A represent unicellular fungi. B represent mushroom. C represent mucor. D represent penicillium. So these are unicellular as well as filamentous, that is multicellular fungi. Example of multicellular fungi. Now these are all about the kingdom fungi, and this was the introductory part. Or and in next video we will discuss about the sexual as well as sexual reproduction in fungi and different types of fungi. So thank you so much for watching this video.